Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the best Elfin Podcast, where we talk about nerd stuff, nerd culture. We answer questions presented to us by our loyal listeners, and we really do appreciate every question we get. We're going to try this segment where we are going to actually give some actual advice. We'll see how that works out. My name is Chris, man, and with me, as always, is
Psychotic Elf. What's up, guys?
Psychotic Elf, the fucking proprietor of this podcast. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Still a little sick. Fucking cold. But, I mean, I can't complain. I got fucking 10 free days off of work, so...
I mean, yeah, there you go.
Whatever. I'm good.
Take the good with the bad.
Hell yeah. I'll take a little cold with 10 free days off of work. A little mini vacation. Granted, I'm not allowed to leave or go anywhere because I have to be on call, but whatever.
Dude, I'll take a little crabs with 10 days off of vacation.
How you been, man? How you been?
Man,
I feel like it's been forever since we've talked. Like,
even though it was last
4 whole days.
And actually, I was doing some bonus shit. I was doing extracurricular streaming. I wasn't even recording shit. But we don't want to do too much. We're gonna go and get into these questions, man. Our first question comes from MC Stark. Thank you, MC Stark, who asks, "Will you be getting Gears of War Ultimate Edition?"
Hell yes. I'm getting Gears of War Ultimate Edition strictly because it's Gears 1, and that was like one of my favorite Gears. That was the best Gears of War, I think, personally, especially for online play. Well, mainly for online play, but I'm definitely getting it because they're remaking it, the multiplayer, and I can't wait to fucking snipe some bitches. I mean, I love that game. I am so hoping they did not get rid of the active reload downing, because I have made so many people burn their Xboxes because of that.
Oh yeah, shit! You know what? We got. I forgot about announcing. We actually have a guest today. I'm bad about this. What's up, Furry, man?
Terrible host.
What's up?
I mean, he was on mute when we started, so I didn't think he was hanging out with us, man.
I don't want you guys to hear me cooking, so I was trying to be respectful.
Yeah, he's making mac and cheese. Are you making mac and cheese?
No, just not against that. Like I said, I'm going like super college style and making some ramen.
There you go, dude. Hey, you know what you need to do? Put a little corn in there. Maybe boil a little chicken. Throw that in there. Gourmet that shit.
There you go.
Are you getting Gears, dude?
Actually, just kind of point of reference, that is me. I am MC Stark. So, and
oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yep, just throwing that out there.
Wow, terrible. Absolute terrible.
No, I will fully agree with Elf. I think Gears 1 was the best, especially in terms of multiplayer. I thought the maps were very balanced, and it just made for a lot better of a gameplay. And I might argue with a little bit on the active downing with the sniper, because dick move, bro.
It was. But see, like Mike said it the best. For those of you that don't know who Mike is, longtime friend of mine, known him since high school. Him and I used to run Gears back in the day, and Mike said it the best. I was damn good with the sniper. I could headshot anybody with that sniper. But I active downed everybody because it pissed them off so bad. So I was notorious for active downing people with every single bullet in the gun, and then sniping their head off with the last shot just to piss them off. And they'd sit there and bitch and complain and all that stuff. And then they did that update where you could only active down somebody twice, and the third time they ended up dying. So then I'd active down them twice and then scope their head off for the third shot just to prove that I wasn't crap at the game, right? And there was only a select few people that I would take their head off right away because they didn't get pissed. They didn't care if I active downed them 100 times, so I just saved my ammo. I only active down the people that got pissed about it and fucking threw temper tantrums because it was just, I mean, I could. Like,
shit, you are a fucking
I was, whatever, I was.
Well,
except
the only Gears I've ever played was 3. So,
oh man, we're getting you the Ultimate Edition.
Maybe I'm getting it. Shit,
yeah,
I guess
we're getting you the Ultimate Edition. You're gonna see what real good Gears is like. 3 wasn't that great, but shout out to my one friend, long time back in the day, Harsh Reality, who, besides Mike, he was the only person I had ever played with that would give me a run for my money. Mike was nasty good with a shotgun. His shotgun versus my sniper, it was dead even. It was a 50-50 shot who was going to win. Harsh was, hands down, the best player I have ever seen in my life with a fucking chainsaw. That motherfucker would walk around the whole map and ace teams with nothing but a chainsaw. It was baffling how good he was with that fucking chainsaw.
Are you referring to actually using the Lancer bullets? Or
Oh, no, I'm talking about the actual chainsaw. Like the actual fucking standing still for 10 seconds, cutting somebody in half, and still surviving long enough to ace a team. Like, he was ridiculously good with that fucking chainsaw.
Alright, guys. Our next question is from Heat fan Jay Lee, who asked Harley Quinn. Oh, wait. Heat fan Jay Lee. Thank you. Who asked, I gotta thank everybody, dude. I really do appreciate this. Who asked Harley Quinn or Catwoman? I guess I'll jump in. Alright. Harley Quinn, I like what Harley Quinn's become, but her first outing was on the Batman animated series. That was the first time we saw Harley Quinn. And her character on that show was a woman that I didn't like. She was being abused constantly by the Joker and was just okay with it. And I don't think that should be a role model for any woman, to just be like, oh, that dude's abusing you, but just hang around with this dude.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
And I also like Catwoman because she can be good or bad. She's not stuck to one side.
Yeah, she was always flipping.
So
she couldn't make up her mind.
I like that.
She was one of those bad guys with a moral conscience. Yeah, I agree with that. I like the newer age Harley Quinn. I think she's fucking kick ass. Back in the day, the originals I wasn't a big fan of. Pretty much for the same concept. She wasn't somebody that I really felt was. I always felt like Harley Quinn was just one of those victim stories. You know what I mean? Like she was the Joker's slave essentially, and she just needed to be rescued. But the newer
episodes where she was like pretty much trying to seduce Joker, and he would just slap her in the face.
Yeah.
Like, whoa! Like he would beat her on a cartoon, dude. Like,
yeah. Hold on 2 seconds. Hold on. I don't know if that did something. Okay, there you go. Continue. I was changing the parameters so people can't interrupt the podcast. All right. I like the newer Harley Quinn over Catwoman, but if you're talking about the originals, it was definitely Catwoman over Harley Quinn.
All right. Our next question comes from Nightcrawler. Thank you, Nightcrawler, who asks thoughts on the announcement that Batman will meet up with the Ninja Turtles in comics in November. This is fucking awesome. I actually haven't seen the announcement, and I want to know which Ninja Turtles we're getting. We are getting the...
I haven't heard about that either.
We're getting the dark Ninja Turtles that actually kill people, and we're not getting fucking Cowabunga and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
If we're getting the real Ninja Turtles, fuck yeah. Run it. So yeah, I'm excited about that, man.
Yeah, I've always been a Ninja Turtles fan. Honestly, even the whole cheesy ass "we don't kill anyone" Ninja Turtles was still pretty entertaining to me. I definitely like the originals better, by far. But I don't discriminate against the Ninja Turtles. I think they're fucking awesome. I mean, their favorite food is pizza, so they can't be that bad.
I mean, they are led by a giant mutant rat.
Yeah, I know.
So,
like, how could that go wrong? Essentially.
But do you think though? Because listen, they can be fueled entirely on pizza.
Oh, hell yeah.
They are ninjas, which means they are in peak physical condition.
That's my dream. That right there, if I had a superpower, that would be my dream. To be able to be in peak physical condition would still only eating pizza the rest of my life.
That's like all I eat now.
Is it because they work out so much that their body that they can do that, or is it because they're mutants that their metabolism is such that they can get all their nutrients from pizza? Is that what we're...
Okay, I don't know what the answer is, but anybody out there that's going to say it's because they work out, go fuck yourself, stop ruining my dreams, okay? Because my dream is that they are lazy motherfuckers that play video games and ride skateboards all day, and they're still able to be top physical condition because they're ninjas.
Their reality, because that's how it was.
Yeah, it better be that's how it was. I don't want anybody fucking trying to debunk this, okay? let my dreams stay intact, damn it.
Our next question is I guess you're back, Furry. What's up? I got another question. He's giving us a lot of questions, and I don't think it's fair that he can answer his own questions. But
yeah, that seems kind of you're sitting out on your own question.
Fine, I'll
but he asked.
Did you bring enough for the rest of the podcast?
Yeah, that's very selfish.
I mean, yes, because it was a fucking 10-pack for like a quarter.
Yep.
That's the beauty of ramen. Yep. I'll throw ramen with a pizza. That'd be part of my dream too.
That would be your food, and then Mountain Dew Code Red, huh? To wash it all down with.
Yeah.
He asked thoughts on Dreamcast and why it failed.
Oh, yes, I love this question.
Dreamcast is one of the best consoles with the best game lineup that I have ever seen. And I really hate that since then Sega has been forced to make games for Nintendo, because Dreamcast. I don't know if you guys have ever played Shenmue.
Yeah.
Jesus. It's a beautiful game. It's an awesome game. If you have not played Shenmue, it's probably still available on 360s or the first Xbox somewhere. Shenmue was awesome. And that was one of their originals, and so was Power Stone. They had some great fighting games on there. And they were one of the first consoles to have a modem and internet support, but internet support never got to take off because a year into their launch or whatever, they had to stop making the game because of piracy, because they decided to go with the same technology they use in their stand-up arcade games.
Yep.
And it's very easy to copy. You can't copy a whole stand-up arcade game, but I can copy the disc. And, and because of piracy, they weren't able to sell as many games as they needed to keep the doors open, which is really sad. But Dreamcast is the shit.
I agree with everything you said. I honestly believe the reason why Dreamcast failed was because it came out back in the day before there was really a large quantity of dedicated gamers that would buy a system and give it a thorough run through before they made a judgment on it, type thing. You know what I mean? The nerdy gaming realm was a very small group back then, and I believe the reason why Dreamcast failed was because its biggest advertising ploy was the screen on the controller, and when you got the controller, it lived up to nothing that they preached about. And everybody fucking sat down and was like, yeah, screen at the controller, let's take a look at this. And 10 seconds later, they're like, this doesn't do shit. Fuck this console, and walked away. I think that's why Dreamcast failed.
One thing you could do with the screen was, if you played Sonic, you can get one of those little chaos little things and make one like a little Tamagotchi.
Yep.
So
but what I mean is, essentially that's what ruined it. It was false advertising that ruined it for him, because I think if they didn't say anything about the screen, people would have given it more chance, but as soon as they sat down and realized the screen did nothing, they were like, fuck this, why am I even giving it a shot? And they walked away.
They had bigger dreams for that screen.
Oh, they did.
They had dreams about as big as Nintendo right now has for that dumbass screen for the Wii. It comes with an iPad.
The fucking Connect for Xbox that no one uses, but except for the yell at it.
Well, I use it to pause my Netflix after I say it 9 times.
Commercial does it one try, but
I know. The commercial aces it every fucking time. It's only you that can't fucking do it.
You would think of all the years of voice training, voice to text recognition.
They need to hook up with Google. That's what they need. They need to hook up with Google now, because that shit fucking hears me from a mile away.
Now, by accident. I was just saying the word Google. Leave me alone.
My phone would just start yelling at me randomly. I'm like, I didn't even say Google. What?
But we all know that that Microsoft and Google don't like each other. They don't hang out with each other.
They don't hang out. It's sad.
Which is why you can't get YouTube on your Windows phone.
Honestly, that's another gripe I have. I think, especially nowadays, we're living in the golden age of fucking tech. Companies need to get over their fucking their whole sales quota and shit, and their little bullshit, and fucking
make something great.
Yeah, exactly. Google. Props to them. I am a big advocate of Google. They have done an excellent job expanding over the years. Yeah.
Your information. Yeah, they've done a great job making millions off my secrets.
Do you really know what's in those Apple terms and agreements?
No, and that's why I don't download a lot of apps. If it's too many words, or if it says we're gonna use your it says shit about we have permission to use your contacts. No, you don't. Fucking downloading that shit.
Tim has a smartphone with only the call feature.
I got like 9 apps, man. I'm no bullshit. Like,
You pull up his app drawer, it's just phone, contacts, emergency.
All my apps fit on 2 pages. Fuck it, dude. I'm not.
Even like the ultimate flashlight app goes through your contacts and shit.
Yeah.
For a flashlight.
Yep. It's fucking bullshit. Our next question. No surprise. Fucking Furry is going ham sandwich with these fucking questions.
Sorry for giving you content.
Hey, we do appreciate it. I'm actually gonna start giving out rewards that don't mean anything, just titles to people who are fucking trying their best.
Do I get a star on my agenda?
Yeah, you're gonna get a star.
I was gonna say we should order some of those gold star stickers that our fucking second grade teachers used to hand out. We used to think was so cool.
Mail them to our listeners. Like,
yeah.
It costs more to mail the fucking sticker than the sticker.
We'll just it will stick the sticker on the envelope too. Like, they can't even use the sticker. They just have they'll have a postcard with a gold sticker on it, like a gold star.
Shit. Furry asked. Thank you, Furry. Best weapon to use in the zombie apocalypse, real and fictional. All right, it gets quiet. Okay, I'll answer it.
Well, I can't answer it apparently.
Best real weapon, something that I can do unlimited, like a crossbow or something like that, so that I can go back and get my bolts. Something a chopping weapon, even though,
Let's try again.
Assuming the arrow or the bow doesn't break.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it doesn't, but fucking everything's gonna break eventually. Shit like anything like a machete, chainsaw needs.
Oh, do we lose Chris?
Unlimited and something that's
Oh,
quiet.
there we go.
Now, if we're gonna talk about fictional weapons, and I don't give a shit about this universe, I want like one of those fucking weapons from Dead Rising. Like, I want like a shotgun with a chainsaw on the end or some shit like that. Is the kind of shit that I want to get into.
Okay. So the question, I just want to verify the question itself.
Laser gun. The laser gun from 007, from the 007 game, from GoldenEye. Alright, the question is, what's the best weapon to use in a zombie apocalypse, real and fictional?
So pick one of each? A real one and a fictional one? Okay.
How many you got, man?
Crossbow is definitely my real one, because, I mean, let's face it, Daryl is fucking awesome. And
racist.
But awesome. I'd say for fictional, a lightsaber. All fucking day long, sir.
Oh, shit.
All day long. How did you not think of a lightsaber? And like the whole time you're talking, I'm like, why has he not done lightsaber all fucking day long?
That shit was in Dead Rising. You could make a lightsaber with diamonds and a flashlight. Spoiler alert, guys, if you want to make one. If you haven't played Dead Rising in the past 2 years.
I would do that in a heartbeat, because think about it. It would never get stuck. It would never fucking die.
Run out.
It's the perfect fucking zombie apocalypse weapon. Just learn not to cut your own leg off while you're using it, and you'll find. I mean, literally, you can just sit there and spin around in a circle. There's no resistance. It cuts everything like butter. Just spin around in a fucking circle and just cut everybody's head off.
I'm dead in this apocalypse, and I'm talking about like machete and shit that takes actual force to use.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like a 2-year-old could use a fucking lightsaber.
And it just cuts through everything. It goes fucking all the way through the.
You could literally just hold it up and drop it, and it would fucking cut a zombie in half. Like.
Our next question.
Dildo from Saints Row the Third.
Yep. There you go. Just beat somebody with a giant dick.
I love it. Chris, I go with a fucking lightsaber. Chris goes with a machete. Penguin goes with a dildo. That's his weapon for the zombie apocalypse. He might not live long, but it's gonna be funny.
There you go. Wait, are we talking about the band? Because that would be awful.
I don't know how long they're gonna last, but I guess they're bait.
I think the cure for zombieism. There's no cure for zombieism, but a shot to the head.
Continue to do a question on Twitch.
Well, we'll get there.
I'm just letting them know. If you don't pay attention.
I'm retweeting the questions as I get them.
They don't on Twitch, so.
Our next question comes from Heat Fan J Lee. Thank you, Heat Fan, who asks, "Best Avenger?" Question mark.
Best Avenger.
Yeah, that's hard.
That is a tough one.
My favorite is gonna have to be Hawkeye. Cause
I was gonna say the same.
I like that. I don't need no damn superpowers. Give me a fucking bow and arrow.
Oh yeah.
I like how he just does the shit so effortlessly, just not looking, just shooting shit.
Oh yeah, and my favorite part about Hawkeye is how fucking sarcastic he is. Like he's he is the comic relief of fucking.
I mean, well, you don't have any powers, so you gotta have a personality, like, because honestly, like, I mean, what else you gonna do? So I'm cool with it, dude. Yeah, I fucks with Hawkeye, man.
Yeah, I definitely say the same. If I'm not allowed to pick the same, man, I don't know. Hawkeye is great. I'd say probably Captain America.
Captain America. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Furry said that Iron Man doesn't have any powers. Iron Man's power is white privilege, dude. Fuck that noise. like fuck that noise, dude. Him and Batman. My power is being born rich. Like, fuck you, man. Like I like that everyone else had to work at their shit. Well, Batman had to work at his shit too. He actually had to train.
Yeah.
But Iron Man I got money, so I'm a superhero now.
But he built an enterprise to get the money.
No, he didn't. His dad.
And he's like super smart because he figured out how to build these fucking machines. Yeah. You got to give him credit for that.
Man, fuck that, man. Iron Man is...
My power is the ability to study.
You know what I was just reading online that this just made me think of? I was just reading something on Facebook, one of those memes going around, and it said there's 492 billionaires in this world, and not one of them has chosen to become Batman yet. What the fuck are you doing with your life?
That would be the first thing I would do. Fuck out of here, man.
I just love how somebody like went around to figure out just how many billionaires there really are, just to be like, you guys are wasting your lives. Why have you not become Batman yet?
There's 2 people in chat that have voted Hulk.
Hulk?
No.
I mean, I like Hulk, but my problem with him is that he's not really a superhero. He's basically a guy with a temper. Like, he's just like, oh, get pissed, but do it over there so we can make sure we win. Like, because I don't know.
Yeah, don't get pissed over here, or we'll all die. Like,
right, no,
you'll kick our ass.
One of the Avengers movies, I believe,
the most recent
movie. No, not. It was one of the animated movies. And he got mad and destroyed Stark Tower, and he was like,
"Oh yeah,
you can't come back here. You can't be an Avenger anymore." And it's like, that's the kind of shit you have to deal with.
Yeah.
So like, nah, he's a fucking loose cannon.
Hulk. Yeah, I was gonna say Hulk is too much of a loose cannon. I agree. He's because like when he's the Hulk, he's not thinking. I mean, he's just animal instincts essentially. Like you can't really hone the Hulk's skill. You can't use him as a weapon essentially because he's just too unpredictable.
All right. Our next question. Our next question is Heat Fan again. Thanks a lot, dude. Who asked, Batman or Deadpool?
Deadpool. Fucking day, Deadpool.
I love Batman because
me too.
He's dark and brooding and all that, but it depends on which Batman I'm getting. If I'm getting Christopher Nolan's Batman, who doesn't have a sense of humor, like Christopher Nolan's universe is set up in this world where no joke has ever been told. If you watch any Chris Nolan movie, there is not one G-damn joke in the whole shit. And that depresses me. That's a world that I don't want to live in. Deadpool? Fucking from the jump, it's a joke. Like, everything is a joke. He speaks to me.
Hell, today his trailer for his trailer was released. Like, come on. Deadpool all day long. You haven't seen that?
No, not yet.
Oh man, he made a trailer for the trailer.
I'm avoiding it. I don't like trailers because trailers sometimes I avoid trailers. I'm avoiding it. But I'm excited about it.
Watch the trailer for the trailer at least. It's fucking awesome. Are we what?
We get Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And he even references like some I'm gonna fucking butcher this statement, but he says like during the trailer for the trailer, he's like coming soon, the trailer that is the sequel to or made by the same group of people that completely unexplained sewed my mouth shut during the last time I was in a movie. I was fucking roaring. I'm like, you just totally called their asses out for no reason. Sewed my mouth shut during the last time.
That made no fucking sense.
It did it.
Laser eyes. Like,
yeah.
Anyway,
Deadpool is awesome. Deadpool is one of my favorites just because he is what the fuck is the name? He's aware. He's aware.
And I like that he'll talk to the audience. It's very meta. I'm cool with it. I love it.
And he's like, just flip the page, go to the next fucking scene. It's okay, I survive.
Right. I mean, you can't kill him. That is a
he's
problem.
awesome.
That is a problem I have with it, because Batman can die. That is a problem I have. Because Deadpool can have his head chopped off and just pick it back up. Like, let me go get my head. So, that is a problem for me. Because I do like that Batman actually has some stakes in this shit. Because Deadpool has no stakes. Like, he can't fucking die. So, that he does lose points on that. I like him. I like the person he is. But I don't like that he has no weaknesses. He might as well be Superman or fucking Wonder Woman or one of those other characters that just can do anything. Our next question comes from Heat Fan again. I believe it's the last one. I believe our well is running dry of Heat Fan questions. I do appreciate all of them. He's really giving us some good giving us. That's not a word. He's really giving us some good questions. His next question is who's a better sidekick, War Machine or Robin?
Thank you.
And the problem I have with that question is that neither of these guys remain sidekicks their whole time.
I'd say as sidekicks, though, I'd say probably Robin.
It depends on which Robin we're talking about, when we're talking about it. If we're talking about Robin from, like, 60s Batman, who the only reason why he was there was so that Batman wouldn't be talking to himself the whole time, he was really useless. I don't like that Robin. If we're talking about Tim Drake, who I've named myself after, ladies and gentlemen, I fucked with Tim Drake. I like Tim Drake. I also like what Dick Grayson became later, when he became Nightwing and all that. But again, that's him without Batman. War Machine doesn't need... He's one guy who does not need Iron Man to be great. All he needed was the suit. So I like that War Machine can stand alone, because Robin still needed to be trained and all that shit. And being Batman endangered children. No one is talking about that shit. Batman and Zordon from Power Rangers endangered children. Left the fucking sake of the universe in the hands of teenagers. Zordon should go
with no superpower. Would just create like at least the Teen Titans had superpower. I mean, with the exception of Robin.
Not Robin.
but I mean at that point he was pretty much a veteran. I mean, he had already been in danger for quite some time. Yeah.
And he's already seen death. Like,
yeah.
At the age of 13. Like,
I love the Teen Titans. I miss that fucking the good old days of the Teen Titans. Anyways, go ahead. Next one.
Our next question. Oh my god, I'm about to read these words out loud. From the Harry Baca. Thank you, sir. If a light sleeper sleeps better with a light on, does a hard sleeper sleep better with a heart on? Next question. Our next question is from Nightcrawler. Thank you, Nightcrawler.
Shout out to Nightcrawler for the emotes in chat, by the way.
Huh?
I said shout out to Nightcrawler for making the emotes in my chat.
Yeah, man. Nightcrawler, you're a cool dude. I don't know you personally, but you have a dope ass name, Nightcrawler.
That's one of my other favorite fucking superheroes right there.
And I like this question. I really like this question. Going back to the arcade, what is your favorite arcade game?
Oh man.
And this is a hard question.
Oh man.
I can tell you my favorite type of arcade game, and that was the 4-player beat 'em ups, like the Simpsons game.
Oh, I love the Simpsons game.
Or Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
I like the 4-player beat 'em ups. I love Battletoads. That was only 3 players.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Battletoads. I love beat 'em ups.
I love Battletoads more for Nintendo than I did the arcade style version.
You couldn't play with all these characters though. I like that I could play with 3 people at a time. It's cool, but yeah, I mean, yeah, no, Super Nintendo was great. It was also great that you didn't have to pay money to play it. Like you can just sit at home and play it without dumping quarters into this machine or fucking Chuck E. Cheese tokens. Another game that I really love,
Fun World,
near and dear to my heart, is Time Crisis 2.
Yeah.
I love that on-rail shooter. I suck at first-person shooters in real life, but Time Crisis, I am the shit at Time Crisis. I love Time Crisis. So there you go.
Bye, Elfy.
Our next question comes. Oh shit, Furry's back in this bitch, dude. Furry is single-handedly saving this podcast.
Oh Hold on. I didn't get to answer mine, first off.
Yeah, I know, right?
You fucking just completely skipped over me and Furry. Just saying. No,
Sorry.
my favorite genre of arcade games has to be pinball. I am a huge enthusiast of pinball. I loved pinball.
Wow,
I loved it. I loved it. Oh my god, I love pinball.
Also,
I plan on one day getting a couple $1,000s to be able to buy my own pinball. Have you seen that shit? They are expensive as crap.
Yeah.
I want to get a pinball machine, but I love pinball. But I think one of my favorite games, I love the classic Pac-Man. I sucked at it, but I loved it. The pinball games, of course, and then I'd say Road Rash. I like the racing games like Hydro, Thunder, and Road Rash. And what was the one with the snowmobiles where you could be like the Yeti and shit like that? That was pretty fun too.
It was whatever. It was basically Cruising USA, but on a jet ski. I don't remember
exactly.
the name,
Yep.
but I know what you're talking about.
I like
USA
the racing games that were like essentially more realistic versions of Mario Kart, where you could take the competition out. Like those were always fun games to me.
That you can what was their flaw? Did you run over trees and shit?
No, they had the freaking the catch-up rule. Like you could just sit still for like a
Yeah,
minute. and you would
Yeah, that was stupid.
You
Yeah.
started going.
Yep.
I mean the same thing with Mario Kart. If you fell off the track, it would port you with where everybody else, right in the middle of the pack.
Well, no, it put you back on the track, but just like a couple feet ahead.
Yeah.
It didn't put you like all the way the fuck up. Speaking of, one of my favorite games for PlayStation was Road Rash 3D. I don't know anyone that has ever played it. It's essentially a Harley Davidson racing game where everybody's on Harleys. But you have like chains and bats and shit, and when somebody pulls up next to you in the race, you can literally beat the crap out of them and knock them off the bike. They just made, I don't know if it's a remake, I haven't gotten to look into it much or anything. I don't know if it's a remake or whatever, but they have a game on Steam right now that is essentially the same exact thing called Road Redemption. Unfortunately, however, from everything I've seen, it's not a multiplayer online game, it's only a split-screen game. But it looks fun as shit, and they've added shotguns to it as well, which just makes it so much cooler. Shotguns and C4. You can actually drive up next to somebody and plant a C4 on their fucking bike, and then pull away, and they blow up. It's fucking pretty cool. And it doesn't even say like who wins the race. It says who can survive longer, which is exactly what Road Rash was. It was just who fucking lasted longer. But yeah.
Shit.
Anyways.
Right, so it's Mad Max, right? Have you guys seen Mad Max, dude? Have you guys seen that shit?
No, I haven't. Still haven't
I'm gonna
seen
be
it.
quiet about it. Please, dude, do your eyes a favor and see that shit.
Your eyes a favor. I got so many movies I gotta watch. Yeah,
but we're gonna take a little break real quick. We're gonna be back with more questions. So hang out with the guys.
This one. Okay, I see how that goes.
We're taking a break.
I mean, honestly, that's another thing we actually need to do. I mean, we're on break now. All this shit will be edited out.
Well, it's still in my stream, so it's gonna be If you wanna watch the break shit, check out the unedited.
Yeah, if you want to check out what we're doing during commercial breaks. When we come back, listen. When we come back, no, save it. When we come back, I'm gonna apologize and everything. When we come back, I need to go use the bathroom. When we come back, I'm going to apologize to you for all of our audience. Everyone can hear it now, and I'll let you answer your question. Is that okay? Can we do that? Can we be friends now? We still besties? We still besties?
We'll see how this shit goes. Let's go jump on chat while we're on a break. Everybody that's in here, sorry that I haven't been communicating with chat. I apologize. Raise the volume of Blackjack. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry, as we're recording a podcast right now, so Blackjack is just background noise for me right now. After the podcast, we will, though.
Going to like a pots and pans jungle to get to the freaking bathroom.
I know, right? Like, I swear to God, he just has pots and pans stacked in his apartment. Because, like, every time he fucking moves, it's like he just has loud-ass fucking noises.
Yeah.
Like last week, or during when we were off, the fucking washing machine.
That or his gold chain for his wallet.
Fuck you guys, I can hear you guys.
How could you hear us over the pots and pans?
I really hate you. We're not besties anymore.
We're not besties anymore. I'm sorry, Nagger. I'm sorry. I don't mean it, bud. I'm sorry. We're doing a podcast.
All right, guys, and we're back. I do apologize. Furry was patiently waiting for his opportunity to answer that question. And me and Elf just steamrolled over him the entire time.
First off, you steamrolled over me.
23 for me.
First.
Sometimes you gotta steamroll over some shit to get in here. Like, we gotta be better about that. I do apologize, guys. But go ahead and let us know, Elf. What are your favorite arcade games, dude?
Look who's there.
Elf? I already answered it. Wow. After that whole heartfelt apology, he did it again.
What an insult to me.
Furry. Let's be besties now. Come on. Come on. You know, we're BFFs for life. All right. Now, Furry.
As much as I love shooters, I still have heart and soul for Galaga back in the day.
Really?
We're going old school.
Okay. I mean, you're gonna fucking do old school. Yeah, Galaga is the shit, dude.
But I do have to agree with in the chat as well from Swaggy. Time Splitters, seriously one of the best games.
I don't think I've ever played Time Splitters.
The remake, they actually had a remake on it on like the PlayStation,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Such a fun game. So many hours doing that shit. Even the campaigns, it's like mad rushes of just like hecticness. So.
Okay, this is going to be a little, speaking of PlayStation remakes, or not, I don't think it was a remake, but this is going to be a little off topic, but it's bugging the crap out of me. I can't remember the name of the game. There was a game on the original PlayStation, I believe, that it had a Tron look to it, but it had that, it was all with the something to do like it was almost like a soccer type thing, where you were hitting balls and try to get it into the goals or whatever. But I can't remember for the life of me what the fucking name of the game was. But I played the crap out of that fucking game.
Are you talking about like where you could do it on like an ATV? Or like
Yeah, something like that.
It was like, oh, shit.
I can't think of the name of it. We'll let chat talk about it, guys. Post the names of them. I'll Google them and see if that's the game I'm talking about.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll circle back around. But that was just something I had to throw out because I can't fucking think of the name of the game.
Our next question comes from Furry. Thanks, Furry. Who asked? I know there was a movie. For Freddy versus Jason? We put a period, but I'm doing a question mark. My hands are raised as I'm saying it.
It's alright. I'm not gonna return.
Freddy versus Jason. The problem I have with this is because in order for Freddy to even affect Jason, Jason would have to be asleep. Jason doesn't need to sleep because Jason's dead. So, they would never meet.
Not
there you go.
In the movie.
Well, in the movie, it's because Freddy doesn't play by his own rules anymore. And I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street 2 or 3, he was able to just leave Dreams and just fuck with regular people. It's like, wait, no, you go back to Dreams, dude. And you stay on Elm Street. Like, fuck that. So apparently, the rules, if we're in a universe where rules don't follow themselves, which I'm really waiting for Mortal Kombat to release a pack on the latest Mortal Kombat in which I can play with Freddy and Jason. Because right now, because Freddy was on the last game and Jason's on the current one, I really want them to bring Freddy back so I can do that. Personal to me, to my heart of hearts, Freddy Krueger. I like the way, because Freddy Krueger wasn't scary. He was just a dick with knives for hands. So he would say some out of the way shit, you know, and then end it with bitch, something, bitch, and then cut you, and then that's it. It's like, oh shit, now look at you and your quips. Jason didn't have that. Jason would just show up and kill you, and that's it. Like Jason doesn't have a personality. He has no motivation. Like fuck it. Like I care more about Freddy and his story, his journey, his struggle.
Struggle is real.
I honestly can't weigh in on this. Horror movies were never my specialty. They never really did nothing for me. Unless I was hanging out with a cute chick that I just wanted an excuse to fucking cozy up with, I really didn't give a rat's ass about horror movies. They were never my bread and butter.
You've never seen a horror movie before?
Oh, I've seen a lot of horror movies, but I've never paid attention enough to be able to comment on any of them.
He missed it. That one all went over his head. He missed all of it, didn't he? What about you, Furry?
In terms of what, the Freddy
versus Jason? Hey, who are you picking, dude? Where's your money?
Honestly, it'd probably have to go Jason. If they legitimately, they're there to meet because he doesn't fucking stop.
Well, he's unstoppable, like by definition. Yeah. But Freddy doesn't either.
It kind of goes back to the whole Deadpool thing. I almost feel like it's just like he's got a nuts. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, like he's unkillable.
He's got the cruise and roll glitch where you run as fast as you go, but he catches up to you. So.
Yep. Teleport. Well, if you guys have ever seen Jason, I think Jason Takes Manhattan. He actually runs in that one. And I was like, oh, that's what he's doing when the camera's not looking at him. I thought he had like that Batman superpower where when you're not looking, he can just teleport. Okay,
no, hold on. You don't watch Doctor Who, but here's a perfect Doctor Who reference: is the Weeping Willow or the Weeping Angels? I mean, are they can only move when you're not looking at them, but they move like super fucking fast when you're not looking at them. So when you blink, they'll be for like across the fucking yard. You blink, and all of a sudden they're right in front of you.
So Jason has that power.
Essentially,
are you telling me they're playing the stoplight game?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
exactly. Like green light.
Well, Batman, because I was wondering, okay, we were talking about superpowers. Batman does have a power. He has the power to be rude as fuck and just leave in the middle of a conversation.
He does. He's an asshole.
He has that power. But you have to wonder, because he didn't leave the room. Like, his suit makes a lot of noise. He has that cape and all that shit. So he didn't leave the room.
He's just hiding.
Under the desk.
he's hiding behind the chair. Like, don't look.
He has to wait for like an hour for Commissioner Gordon to leave his office before he can go home. So, like, you have to imagine how long it takes to solve crimes when you're Batman, when you're trying to be mysterious and shit.
I mean, it's like Splinter Cell over here. It's like,
do you think there was ever a point where he was hiding behind the desk and he's just like, I gotta piss so bad? He just stands up. He's like, sorry, I can't do this anymore. I gotta go pee.
Well, Batman plans for everything. He always has some shit in his utility belt. So
he just has a plastic bottle.
Oh, he has like a colostomy bag like on his utility belt. He's good.
Maybe it's just a plastic bottle, and Commissioner Gordon's sitting in his office, and all of a sudden he hears like crinkling and shit. It's just like, what the fuck is that
noise? Our next question comes from Nightcrawler. Thank you, Nightcrawler.
Again.
Who asks, yeah, thanks again, dude. The Goosebumps movie is coming out, which I have my own things for that. Fuck that movie. I don't know if you guys have seen a trailer for that movie, but fuck that movie. Jack Black plays R.L. Stine, and all of his books have come to life. Fuck that movie. But anyway, his question is, what are your top 3 Goosebumps monsters? I'm going to push this question a little further. I don't know if you guys follow Goosebumps. I was a Goosebumps kid. I read all those. But in addition,
like 15 years.
But you got some favorites, dude. In addition to, if you guys want to answer these, if you guys don't have answers, I will expound on this for minutes upon minutes. In addition to the top 3 Goosebumps monsters, who is your number 1 Are You Afraid of the Dark monster?
Oh, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Okay, my top 3 Goosebumps monsters are that dummy. I think he was Slappy the dummy. He was a ventriloquist dummy.
Yep.
Creepy as shit. He's definitely number 1.
Number 2. Go ahead.
Number 2, the Abominable Snowman. And number 3, I'm not sure if this counts as a monster. It's more of a plot device. But that haunted mask. There was an episode with that haunted mask or a book. Those are my top 3. That's what I was going to go with. So your top 3 is my top 3?
No. I was going to go with the haunted mask. And I'm not a... Clowns really don't scare me, but for some reason the Goosebump clown did.
Shit was creepy as
he was. He was creepy as shit.
Goosebumps had a clown? I thought
Goosebumps
had that clown.
Nope, Goosebumps had a clown too.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Dark had it for sure.
I know. I was going to say the same one. The same with the dark one is the clown was my favorite, but Goosebumps had a clown as well.
I do want to make
he
a
was
quick thing
creepy
about
as shit.
chat. I want to make a quick thing about chat real quick. Muffin said that they thought only Canadians knew about Are You Afraid of the Dark. That is a Canadian series. But that did make it to America on Nickelodeon. And you could tell it's Canadian because the acting is terrible.
At the end of the episodes, they apologize for it.
What the other monster I was gonna say was, what was the one that like fucking his jaw like disconnected and shit and he ate fucking kids? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, dude, I don't remember that one, man.
I can't think of his name. His like face was like all melted and crap, and his like jaw, like his mouth opened up like fucking huge. And he just swallowed fucking. I can't think of his name, but he was creepy as shit too. Those are probably my three. Again, I'm not big into the horror things, but Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark, I watched every once in a while because they were good. Yeah, it was.
That's because we were stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was still horror when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to watch it. I used to watch it in my little Ninja Turtle tent. Dude, I did. I was such a nerd. I had that little Ninja Turtle camping tent. I had it set up in my living room.
Dude, I had one too. I had a sleeping bag.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'd fucking unzip the tent. And I'd watch TV through it like I was camping. And then, did you have the big cardboard blocks that look like bricks?
Nah.
Oh, see, I had those too, and I'd set them up in the hallway, and whenever I had to go to the bathroom or something, I'd act like Batman, I'd burst through the fucking wall. Anyways, go ahead, Furry, too.
His mom hated him.
Oh, she did. Oh, she did.
Why did I bring him those boxes?
That, and I had that little pull-up bar that went in the door frame, that whenever I went to the bathroom, I'd go and I'd swing into the bathroom with a pull-up bar, and my fucking mom used to walk into the bathroom so many times and whack her head on that fucking pull-up bar. She gets so pissed off. Anyways, go ahead, Furry, your turn.
So how many? Wait, I have a quick question about this pull-up bar. How many times were you just running so quickly and had to pee so bad that once you swung on the thing, the pee just released?
That never happened, but there was plenty of times that I ran and I jumped onto the pull-up bar and the thing wasn't secure because my mother had taken it down and put it back up, and I just fucking flatlined right on the bathroom floor. I looked like Superman. I jumped forward, grabbed the bar, and just fucking dove in.
And you say that your mom took it down and didn't put it back up correctly.
It was probably me. I was like fucking 5 or 6.
Your mom just loosened it. Like he needs to fucking learn eventually to stop doing that shit. That is not how you
I've hit my head 100 fucking times on this son of a bitch. Maybe this will shut him up for a while. Yeah. Anyways, Fur, your turn.
Oh, dude.
Monsters.
I'm going to be lame on this one because I have the memory of a 5-year-old. I forget when I'm watching on commercial breaks. All the stuff you're talking about comes back to me, but I couldn't think of anything else outside of those. Like, literally, I was probably like 6 or 8 when I was.
There's the mummy. There's the pumpkin head. There's the vampire. There's so many. I don't know the names of any of them, but
or not the clown, the leprechaun. Like someone was talking about in the chat.
Yeah.
I've never really been scared of clowns, but like you said earlier, that clown was just freaky as shit.
Yeah, and even the movie It didn't really do anything for me, but for some reason, the Goosebumps and the fucking Are You Afraid of the Dark clowns were just like creepy as shit.
I do remember the leprechaun gave me like nightmares as a kid. Yeah.
All right. Our next question comes from WK Woon. Thank you, Woon, who asks, thoughts on people making fun of fake girl gamers on Twitch? I'll take. Oh, okay.
Go ahead. Well, you can go.
I'll jump in. All right. Personally, I don't like that because people attack just women. Period. I mean, just gaming. Period. They will attack women. If you lose to a woman or for whatever reason you disagree with this woman, she's fat, she's ugly, she's whatever, and it's just like, dude, like, quit being a pussy, dude. Let her do what she wants to do. I mean, I don't like the idea of you faking some shit to do it, but I mean, leave her alone. Let her fucking. I mean, shit. I mean, it's working for her. Let her do that shit. You know,
yeah.
It's not up to us to be vigilantes on what's right in the gaming world. Like, I mean, if it works, clearly she has an audience for it. Let her do it. It's not that fucking important.
Okay.
It's a fucking video game.
I have a big weigh in on this because I've been gaming online since Xbox Live came out, which was a huge jump start into online gaming. Despite what anybody wants to say, it had a big role.
You on that. It basically set online gaming.
Yeah, it did. It essentially kickstarted online gaming. But I have. My very first friend, I got Xbox Live the day it was released. I actually got it before. I beta tested it a little bit with a friend of mine. But my own account was when Xbox Live was released. The first person I ever met on Xbox was a female. And I had plenty of female. I mean, Furry and I have known each other forever. He can attest. I've always had at least 60 or 70% of my friends list were all female. So I would run into people that are like, I've never met a girl online. And they're like, I've never met a girl online. And I'm like, how have you never run into a female online? So there was always that stereotype of females shouldn't be playing games. And it was real bad back in the day. Now it's a little more accepted. But
I also think it depends on the type of games you play.
Yeah, that's
like
true
a lot
too.
of Mortal Kombat. don't play Mortal Kombat.
But I mean, there was
really.
people, there was females that I used to run with that would dominate anybody I have ever seen play a game. I mean,
Agreed.
they were damn fucking good at playing these games. So I've never understood that stereotype. I think what they're more gearing towards. Who's the one that asked the question?
Woon.
Woon. Okay, I think the person that Woon is gearing towards is.
I know what you're talking about. That
I'm not going to call him out.
Never fucking played a game.
Yeah.
You talking about somebody specifically?
Yeah.
Not going to get specific, but I
know. No, I'm not going to get specific, but I think I know who he's referring to. And as far the only thing I'm going to weigh in on that is kind of what Chris said is, first off, I don't think it's I mean, there are plenty of people out there that gamer is a very broad term. Anybody can be a gamer, whether you're playing fucking Facebook games or if you're playing hardcore console games or computer games or whatever, you know what I mean? So I don't think anyone's necessarily faking it. There is, however, streamers who use Twitch as an excuse to sit on camera and get donations and stuff. And as far as I'm concerned,
again,
they're using the system. Let them fucking do it. If you don't enjoy it, go somewhere else. But
Same
there's
way people do cam shows, but she doesn't have to show them titties.
Exactly. Let them fight. If it's working for her, if she's getting fucking money, by all means, good for her. There's actually one in particular that people I know they're spamming in chat. Again, I'm not going to call any names out, but this one in particular, I know for a fact. Everything that everybody's seeing on her particular broadcast, like, so many people hate on her for not being a gamer and everything. She actually is a pretty damn good gamer. But she works her channel like, she plays them like a fiddle. She acts like the gamer girl that doesn't know what a video game is and is just there for showing and getting donations. And she gets a shitload of donations because of it. And that is 100% stage presence. That is a whole alter ego right there.
You're paying for a show. If you
Exactly.
Don't like it,
And that is what she's given, is a show. That's a character she's playing out. And I know it is because I've seen her other content outside of that, and it just goes to show how drastically different her personality is versus the character she plays on Twitch. And again, it's entertainment. That's what you're here to watch. You know what I mean? And it's obviously generating revenue and attention, and she has a fan base that follows her because of it, because she's so well known on Twitch for it. So again, if you guys don't like it, go somewhere else. Watch something else. Nobody's forcing you to sit there and watch a channel that you don't enjoy, but I still don't think there's any reason to go and bash on people for no reason, or just because you don't enjoy it. You know what I mean? They have the back button on your fucking browser for a reason. Use it. Go somewhere else. Like, fucking seriously.
Right.
I don't understand people hating on other people giving content. If you don't enjoy the stream, if you think it's a crappy stream, okay, find something else. But there's no reason to sit there and bash on it.
You got anything to say, Furry?
I agree with a lot of what Elf said, but again, it's a very broad term with gaming.
Yeah.
So just because maybe I don't see what she's doing as a gamer doesn't mean that what her group is not like being a gamer, or like same thing with like nerdy or dorky. It can be many different things.
And I kind of want to get away from using that word. Period. Nerd and
it's like a mainstream term.
No, what's the other word? Geek or whatever. It's like, dude, like you're using it wrong. Just because, like, oh, he knows math, he's a nerd. No, he can just fucking count. Like,
no, geeks essentially are tech and like genius smart. You know what I mean? Like math, all that stuff. Nerds are book smart. They're comics. They're, you know what I mean, stuff like that. Geeks are tech related, gaming, all that stuff. And people use those terms back and forth so many different times, and it's like, no, you're gonna get the genres mixed up. Nerds aren't necessarily gamers. Nerds are fictional enthusiasts, comic bookworms. You know what I mean? Geeks are tech. They're gamers. They're Call of Duty. They're smartphones. They're all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? There's different terms, but yeah, I mean, the term geek and the term nerd cover way too broad of a realm to really say somebody isn't in that genre, because it could mean so many different things. You know what I mean?
Yep. I have
all right.
other issues with girls things in the industry. Not saying I have any issues with them playing with them, are playing in the industry because I have many good friends that were.
Because they need to be in the kitchen,
Great.
barefoot and pregnant. Like, what the fuck are they doing playing video games?
I have other issues of like essentially almost. Actually, I have more issues with how girls treat other girls in the industry.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
well, that's the way girls treat other girls in real life.
Well,
like girls just don't
so
like girls because girls.
There's so many double standards with the girls in the industry, but no, like you said earlier, like when I used to Halo 2 days, like I used to be on top of stat tracks all the time for like sticks and things like that. One of my best friends in Halo, we'd go head to head for like the top 2 spots for like most sticks in a week, on like a legit tracking website for like all of Xbox Live. So.
Yeah, some of the best gamers I have ever known in my life. And I'm not talking about popular gamers. I'm not talking about who got famous or who got breaks or who was in what tournaments. I'm talking about gamers that nobody in the mainstream industry has heard of because they never pursued a career or anything. This was just their entertainment. Some of the best gamers I have ever known in my life that I would bet my life savings on against any pro in that genre have been female gamers. I mean, there are female gamers that I have known back in the early days of Xbox Live that have blown my mind how fucking good they are at the fucking games. And without even trying, without even caring. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about people from all over the world. I'm not even talking about looks. One of my best friends back in the day was a girl who, I shit you not, was a model. And she would wipe the floor with absolutely anybody in a game and couldn't care less about video games. This was just something to kill time for her. But she was unbelievably good, and her main job, her career, was modeling. And she was one of the hottest girls I've ever seen. So I think stereotypes when it comes to that stuff is complete garbage.
Yeah. All right. Our next question comes from Nightcrawler. Thank you, Nightcrawler.
Again.
Right. Yep. I mean, he's gonna round it out for us for the night. We got one more, and then the next one is also from him. Who asked, "What is the last book you've read?"
Oh, God.
Yeah, Elf doesn't read books.
Are we talking about full book or just like the cover?
Maybe it was a manual to figure out how to fucking hook up his TV or something. Want to hear who actually does read books actively? I'm a little behind on my reading right now. I'm reading a book called 61 Hours by Lee Child. He's the guy who writes. This is actually a Jack Reacher novel as well. He writes the Jack Reacher books. I don't know if you guys seen that awful movie with Tom Cruise, but that movie was based on a very good book, but it became a Tom Cruise movie. I really like that character, Jack Reacher. He's the exact opposite of what Tom Cruise is. Just this big ass dude. Tom Cruise is like 5'6", but Jack Reacher is like this guy that's like 6'1" and just ex-military guy who travels from city to city, just kicking ass and solving problems. Imagine if the guy from Roadhouse continued his journeys and just went to another new town. It's like, oh, I gotta settle this problem. I really like Lee Child's Jack Reacher series. I like those books. I'm reading 61 Hours right now. I'm behind. I believe I'm 2 books behind. But that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm reading currently. The last book I read before that was a book called The Box, which is a collection of short stories. And that's it.
I think one of the only books I have actually, there's been a few that I've actually read and completed. But one of the last books I think I read and completed was like in 8th or 9th grade, Journey to the Center of the Earth. 8th grade, I think it was.
Yeah,
that was a pretty good book. That was a pretty good book. But yeah.
All right. Art, you got anything, Furry, or are you just gonna tap out of this one?
UAV online.
Yeah. All the things I've read anytime recently were required readings for my job. So.
Welcome to the wonderful world of fixing things.
Adulting. No, it's like literally it's books about like better managing yourself or like time management, how to like improve yourself. It's like all stupid crap that if I could find like Spark Notes on, I would.
I want to pick a good one for this. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's been a couple more. I don't know if you've noticed or refreshed that have been asked.
Yeah. I just did. But I don't. We don't have time to get in the rest of these. We're gonna save these for next week. Our last question. I want to close out with.
You're gonna need a screenshot them so you remember them because they're gonna get lost.
They're gonna still be. They're all hashtag Elfin. If I didn't answer your question, just do the same thing. Elfin Podcast. It'll be there. I'll see it there. If I did not answer your questions, please resubmit. with the
with
hashtag
hashtag Elfin Podcast. Just like it's spelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like it's spelled in the chat, ELFIN Podcast.
All one word. Well, clearly it's a hashtag.
Yeah.
It's all one word. But yeah. Our last question comes from Harry Baca. Thank you. Who asks, "What are the best and worst games you ever played?" We've really done our best a lot, but I'll go through it again. And worst games you've ever played.
Oh man, worst games. Worst games, as in what you think was the worst game, story-wise, or like what you were the worst at.
Any game you play, you're like, I do not enjoy this. I mean, because some games are so hard that they're unplayable. I mean, if that's
I've never run into a game that was so hard it was unplayable, because I very much enjoy the challenges of games.
Agreed. I've been frustrated like hell, but
absolutely.
The Family game on Nintendo. That game is impossible.
but that's what I love I love the challenges. I'd still get pissed off, but I wouldn't consider it a terrible game because I can't beat it. I would just get really pissed off I can't beat it. But oh man, terrible games. I don't know. I've liked almost all games one way or another. I don't think there's ever been a game I've really hated the game.
I'm going to say this.
That's a tough one.
It's going to upset some. I can't say this is the worst game I've ever played, but this is the worst game in recent memory. I do apologize. Someone's going to defend it what I say. There was a little game called Thief that I had to wait and wait. They got delayed and delayed and delayed, and then it came out, and it was the worst voice acting I'd ever heard in a video game.
Yeah, the voice acting was bad.
The gameplay wasn't, because I was expecting it to be a lot like, or more like Assassin's Creed with his gameplay, but the gameplay was fucking more technical than I was ready for. And again, I'm not saying it was a bad game. It was just the worst game that I can think of recently. The worst game ever has got to be, like I said, Addams Family on Nintendo. It's hard. It doesn't make sense. It's bullshit. But that's what I'm going with. Oh shit! If you guys have never played E.T. on Atari, play that shit.
I'm sure there's never played it.
I'm sure there's a ROM somewhere of it. I mean, honestly, all Atari games.
They found a landfill full of all the cartridges. It's such a bad game.
Last week I spoke about Shaq Fu. Honestly, as a kid, I loved it. It was a fighting game starring Shaquille O'Neal. As a kid. Right. No, because, like, imagine Kazam, but on Sega with a blood code. When I was a kid, I loved it. Like, and it came with a CD of Shaq's raps, and I was like, oh, he's a good rapper, too. As an adult, I realized I was an idiot as a child. Shaq Fu is fucking terrible. The premise of the game makes no sense. It's ridiculous. And the CD it came with, more ridiculous. Shaq can't rap. Like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
Shaq can do anything, sir.
Favorite rapper?
Shaq.
Right now, second only to Will Smith.
But best game I ever played. That's
Krispy
really
Kreme.
hard. What the fuck is
Krispy
that?
Kreme.
You don't know what Krispy Kreme is?
Oh my god! Don't do it.
I'll
Don't
Google
do
it.
it.
I'm googling when we get
Don't
off
do
the
it.
stream. I'm googling.
You're just gonna see a bunch of donuts.
Actually, no. Sorry. You have to check Froggy Fresh now because Krispy Kreme, the donut company, sued him over his name.
Yeah.
We had to
So
rename
it's
himself to Froggy Fresh.
Yeah, he let his fans vote on it.
Okay, I'm gonna he has fans.
Yeah, this was right when trolling was when it was at its peak.
But best game I ever played. People always ask me again. I've answered this question. It seems like every episode.
Yeah, I
my
know, every
favorite
fucking
game,
one.
Sonic 3. I don't know if that's the best game I've ever played. I mean, because games have gotten better. Games have gotten more beautiful. The first time I played Mario 64, I fucking came in my pants. I also really liked the last installment of Tomb Raider. I thought that game was beautiful.
Yes.
And it was a lot of fun
game
to play. I love that game. I'm really excited about the Rise of the Tomb Raider is going to be the next one. I'm really excited about that. So it's really hard to say the best game because there's still games coming out. But my favorite game is Sonic 3.
Man, I mean, we've already touched base on best games.
Yeah, we've done
our
this.
favorite games.
Right, we've done that.
But I've been sitting here this whole time trying to rack my brain with what I think the worst game I've ever played would be.
It's hard, dude.
It is. I don't know if I really discriminate against
I've got my
games.
two worst.
What is it? Maybe that'll help me.
First one was on the Game Boy. It was the DuckTales game.
Oh, see, I like that game!
No. Not the Game Boy version.
It up until a certain point because literally I got so pissed off I punched it and broke my Game Boy. Like, I was that pissed off at that game. Second, I don't know if I can really count this because of what it was. There was a time when you got a certain meal from Burger King, you got a free game for the Xbox.
Yeah, dude! Don't even talk shit about that! Don't even talk shit about that game! That game was awesome! Oh, that game was so good!
I would enjoy it to an extent, but if you were not the host, if the host was not winning, they could quit out and it would just, the whole race would end.
But again, like, okay, we're talking about two different things here. This was why I've been racking my brain the whole time. There's games that there's parts of it I hated. But there's no game that I think I can ever think of that I hated the game.
No. So there are no games. There are no games you've ever played that are just broken games, and they just should not have been released.
There's always a part of them that I enjoy. There's always something I find that I like in a game.
No, that's a broken game.
If you're not the host, it doesn't matter. Like, the game is done.
It's a fucking broken game.
But that's not the game's problem. I mean, well, it's the game's problem for not fixing the problem. But that's a person. That's a person that's making the game miserable. If you actually had, yeah, but there's plenty of glitches out there. That's part of the gaming. There's always going to be somebody that, I mean, DDoSing. You cannot blame Black Ops 2 as a terrible game just because everybody and their friggin' mother DDoS it. You know what I mean? That's a user that's making the game horrible.
That's a programmer like, you know what? I don't feel like typing this line of code in right now.
Right.
So let's go ahead and just release this. We're good.
But again, like, I don't know. I don't think there's a game. There's been plenty of games that I've been disappointed in. There's been a hell of a lot of sequels that have come out of games that I have not liked at all because they did not live up to the expectations of the game. Gears 3 was a perfect example of that. But the only thing I hated about Gears 3 was the fucking multiplayer. I didn't mind the campaign. I thought the campaign was half decent. But the multiplayer sucked, like, terrible.
Was Gears 3 the one where you had the AI, like, with you and you got split from your actual co-part and then you had to, like, run with them on the different sides of the map?
Yeah,
one of the levels, you're on two different sides of a giant canyon, essentially, and you and the person you're playing with, if you're doing co-op, were each on a different side, and you had an AI with you.
Oh, yeah.
Because on that part, we were stuck for, like, a day because my fucking AI kept running ahead and getting knocked off.
That's the one. Yep, that was terrible. But, like I said, there's always parts of a game that I fucking find that I enjoy.
But I appreciate you guys knew the Burger King game I was talking about.
Dude, I love that. I don't care what you say. I love that game.
I still have it, but yeah,
I do too. For the 360. Yeah, I know. Story of our lives with fucking good games.
Okay,
it's not a good game.
It is.
Oh god, what the fuck? Here's a good game that at least I personally love that didn't get a whole lot of love was Shadowrun.
Shadowrun was a good game.
Never fucking played it.
I got Shadowrun off of GameFly, and I waited for a year to fucking get that goddamn game on GameFly. It was at the top of my list for a year. I must have sent back about 15 fucking games waiting to get it, right? The day I got in the mail was the day I left for a 3-week vacation to my aunt and uncle's condo that had no internet. So I had to fucking play it for 3 weeks with AIs. And I got so pissed off I never got a chance to fucking play it.
Shadowrun was a very intricate game where if you got good at it, like
it was nasty.
A learning curve in that game.
Oh yeah.
Because there's different characters, you can build your classes and stuff, but it was essentially a shooter.
Yeah.
Okay. Wound asks. No, this is funny. This is just on again. I'm sorry to cut you off, dude, but I have to address this. Have you guys ever played Putt Saves the Zoo? Do you guys remember those educational games?
Yeah.
Like Putt had like a line of.
Oh games. Man, hold on. If we're talking about educational games, I think I can think of a few I hate.
Mario teaches typing. We can do this shit.
Oh yeah, I hated that. Oh, I hate any game that involved teaching typing. I hated.
Any Mario game that didn't come out on a Nintendo console was trash.
Yeah.
There was a Mario game and a Zelda game that came on the CDI that were fucking bullshit. We can get to some bad games, dude. They exist. Like any game that came out on Sega Saturn or Sega Saturn or Sega CD, they had like these realistic games. And you had to like.
You use that term very loosely.
Like it, dude. Like
my least favorite game was AOL logs into the internet.
What was the game? What was the game that they tried to do like essentially what most games have gravitated towards nowadays, where you pick the conversation and how it goes, but they were all like live filmed. Do you know what I mean?
Yo, that's what I'm talking about. That was one of them. I believe that was Sega. It was either Sega Saturn or Sega CD that had a bunch of these games.
Yeah, they were like actors and actresses, and they recorded like 100 different fucking conversations, and you just
they were like
picked it as it went.
Quality.
Oh yeah. It was terrible sets. You always felt like you were watching some dirty ass fucking porn intro. Yeah. Yeah, I must say those were pretty bad too. But yeah, definitely the educational games. Those were some of my least favorites. The ones that they forced you to play in computer class.
Oh shit! Oregon Trail.
Oh my god! Fuck that game. Yep, fuck that game. You're right. Nope. Fuck that game. They do. It's the worst. Fuck.
Right.
Yep.
Or you try to go across and say, oh, we can either go around or we can go across here.
Yep. Okay. I found the games I hate. I found some games I hate.
No, you spend all your time hunting, and you have like 10 times more meat than you can carry.
Bison, and the more shit's galloping around. Like I can only take one bison worth of food. Like I'm done. But you just kill it for the sake of it now.
Yeah, no, you're just doing it off of principle. Oh man, yeah. I think the reason why I couldn't think of any games I hated is because I blocked all those memories out. So thank you guys for helping me refine those.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That was Super Nintendo. Yes. Paperboy was a classic. Paperboy.
Oh, Paperboy.
But
you know what games I've never really been a fan of is the Dine and Dash games where you got to make the fucking orders and shit.
That's iPhone games. We're talking about real
games. Yeah. Well, I mean, we started talking about educational fucking games. I thought anything was go.
I guess that's fair. But we're gonna get on out of here, man. I really appreciate everybody that came out and fucking came out to the stream. And everybody that's listening right now, we appreciate all the questions. If we did not get to your questions, we will get to them next week. Send any questions you have with the hashtag Elfin Podcast. And we will get to those next week. We do appreciate it. Any questions nerd related is really what we're focusing on. I really wouldn't mind getting into some advice questions, but I can't do a lot, like 2. So you got to be good.
Yeah. So it's nerdy, geeky questions. Keep them all like gaming, movies, tech related.
No bummers, type stuff. Nothing sad, nothing depressing, please.
Yeah. Let's keep some good shit that we could sit here and make some good content for you guys off of.
And we do appreciate it. If you like what you heard, tell your friends. Come back next week.
When Chris finally gets around to editing these.
Yeah, Chris will get around to editing, man.
Until then, feel free to check them out on my YouTube or Twitch. I will be putting the raw footage up there. Chris will put the edited footage of it eventually somewhere.
Yeah, it will definitely be on iTunes. I don't know where else I'm gonna have our subscribers go for the rest of our content. I gotta set that up. I do apologize, but please be patient with me while I'm figuring all this bullshit out. But again, thank you. We really do appreciate it.
Yep.
Come back next week.
Like he said, submit your questions. Elfin Podcast, hashtag ELFIN Podcast. I'm Psychotic Elf. It's been an absolute pleasure. Like I said, I stream all these on Twitch. All the raw footage and videos will be on my Twitch page or my YouTube page. Just Google Psychotic Elf. You'll find me. Furry Penguin, our guest here today.
Yeah, you've been a great guest, dude. We really appreciate you coming out hanging with us tonight, man. Maybe next week you can come back. I don't know. I will try not to cut you off and go to break in the middle of your questions.
Questions, get the pots and pans out of your place. That's where you go to the bathroom. All we hear is clanking.
Well, I'm sorry. I got a metal dick. It happens. We appreciate it. I'm Tim Drake. Chris is what I've been. That's what my mom named me. We'll see you next week. Thanks.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much for coming, hanging out. Happy gaming, everybody.
All right, that's that.
Good.
Guys, also, we need a theme song. If anybody wants to, if anybody makes music, plays music, podcast started. They start off with put a theme song. When I edit together, when I have a theme song, some kind of break music. If any of you guys play music,
just
or
play
do anything,
like old style fucking elevator music, like just like the shit that you see in like here in movies from like the 1930s.
Yes, somebody on a trumpet.
Yeah. Back in the day where speakers weren't even available, it was just a guy with a trumpet sitting on top of the elevator.
Yeah.
Or the guy on the piano.
But if any of you guys play any instruments or program any kind of music, kind of electronic music, if you guys want to give us a theme song, I would appreciate it. Any musician, shit, if you rap or sing or fucking, oh my god, it would be awesome if somebody would make a song, a rock song for our theme, like a full fucking 2-minute song, just about how terrible people we are. I would fucking love that.
Enter the Ninja by Die Arntwood.
Can we have that? Is that for free use? Can we have that?
Probably not. It is a white. It's like a white guy and his sister from South Africa rapping.
I need that. Can we get in contact with this guy to have him write a song for us? Can we get that?
No, Enter the Ninja is like literally about like gaming and just like nerdy shit and stuff like that. It's like my life's like a video game and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, you as our producer, you need to get in contact with those people and get that song for us. Get those rights.
Hello.
I'm actually very serious. If you can fucking email, I would like that. Can you make that happen, please?
If I can email.
Yes.
If you can email.
No, I don't want to talk to you. You ignore me the whole time. So no, don't talk to me. Yes.
Got real quiet.
Sorry, Eve's yelling at me for ignoring her. Eve's yelling at me for ignoring her the whole time.
19 players,
I want to say something so rude, but I don't know. Hey, Liz.
Don't you be hating on my
How you
Eve.
doing, boo? Missed you, boo.
You ignore me the whole time.
But this is pretty cool. How much money you up to, dude? 5,500. You're doing pretty good, man.
You got 6,200 like some point in the chat.
Oh, I wasn't watching. I was focused on my podcasteries.
My podcasteries.
I missed
okay, since the podcast is over and I'm able to get back to that, let me shout out the followers that we got during that. I have to refresh it. Mike, Lone, and Not Funny. Is that everybody? Mike, Lone, Not Funny. Daryl. Thank you guys so much for the follows. I appreciate it. Welcome to Elf's Host. I hope you guys are having a fantastic fucking time. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream or the podcast. Oh, Master, we just got one too. Welcome to Elf's Host. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time, guys. It is an absolute pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for love and support. Oh, Bumby. Everybody was waiting to follow until after the podcast. Good thinking, guys. You guys are awesome. Bummy.
No, you could have followed during.
No, because they would have gotten a shout out. I like the fact that they waited. Bummy, thank you so much for the follow. The Dude, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Elf's
They heard
Host.
us on the podcast, right? I mean, I'm surprised they're still following.
Eve is still yelling at me.
Right.
I know, you did hear that podcast, right?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for the love and support. I appreciate it. Welcome to Elf's
How the
Host.
podcast was.
I hope you guys are having a wonderful time.
I mean, she could have came and listened. So
Action, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to Elf's Host. Oh, I gotta switch the, Did it make a noise when I told you guys hold on? Did you guys hear anything?
No.
Okay.
You were putting it in the...
Yeah, I was putting it in,
Oh, let me stop recording. Shit. Fucking hard drive is just full of this fucking dumbass conversation. Alright, stop recording.
I just missed somebody else's follow. Who did I miss? Ken, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. I appreciate it. Welcome to Elf's Host.
Oh, it's in the chat.
Pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for the love and support. I appreciate it.
Is it always possible? Yes.